Well, it's been a fantastic week. Wasn't the culmination? The Sunday was not what we hoped it would be. I mean, Cutie Cumber raced about as good as she could. I thought Michael Whalen drove her good. The fair was adequate. Fancy jogged. Smokey couldn't get around that first turn. You can't blame her. You know, I've cut her some slack. That is a hairpin for sure. Delicious Stone. It looks like we're getting him on track now. He was a decent third. White Tiger. He pulled the moonwalk. He was due for one. He was due for a moonwalk. I don't know. When we scoped him last night, there was no blood. There was some redness, a little bit of mucus. This time of year, you're going to see that. So I don't know what to tell you. What he was up to last night. Why he kind of drifted out, kind of hung out. For him, that was even a lot. For him, usually the moonwalk doesn't take place till the last 100 yards or so. So was there something up with him? I guess we'll draw blood. We'll draw blood and see what went on with him. I thought the Oakwood Cowboy race is hard to unpack. I mean, he followed speed. His line looks good, but didn't attack. Didn't really look to be a threat. I told you guys he's going to need a couple of starts just to get that speed in him because he's got a big, giant frame. So it's going to take a few starts. And I'm happy to give him the starts, but I do want to see the 45-1 turn into 4-1 at some point in the near future. And that's an empty threat because it's not like we have a ton of places just to move him. Honey Bear. It's not like we have a ton of places just to move him right away. So I'm hoping he comes around in the next few starts. 51 at a piece, 28 is nothing to sneeze at. It's not a joke. But I would like to see closing into the speed. I would like to see him, be a factor in the race. But we're going to have to give him a little time to do that. And I know for my partners, you don't like hearing patience. You'd like to hear us buy the horse and just have him go forward right away. It doesn't always work that way. The horse is sound. The horse is a good-looking, big, strong horse. He's going to do us some good in the future. But we are going to have to be a little patient with this guy in the short term, I think, to see what he can do for us in the long term. And then Wallop last night, a little frustrated with that. You gotta remember too, and I forget, everybody forgets sometimes, it's a 6-start lifetime, I think last night, maybe 7th. A lot to learn, very green, and putting his nose on the gate and allowing him to be hot, I think is just not the way to go. And I think it's a default for a lot of the drivers in Hunter too, and that's not an admonishment of them. That's not me saying, oh, it's terrible, it's a plague. No, not at all. It's just not what this horse needs. I think he needs to be brought into the gate slowly, up into position, much like we do with Crantini, just to keep him quiet. And to keep him quiet at the start. And I'll drive him in the final next week. I think the horse has a lot to offer. We just have to, there has to be some give and take, right? He's here now. We know putting him on the gate will cause him to get hot and get fractious. He's not going to be on the gate, right up on the gate for a while. So I guess, obviously, I was a little disappointed, but at the same token, clearly the horse showed a lot of grit and determination. He was a long way back. They charted him 10 back at the quarter. That might be, but from the start to the quarter, it was quite a long ways, and it was much more than 10 lengths. I can assure you of that. So yesterday, again, as I said, Affection, I jumped over her. That wasn't very nice. She bled a little bit yesterday. She's going to come back to Pennsylvania to want Lasix. We checked. It's the bleeding in the horses is such a weird thing. It's just so hard to get a handle on. I mean, obviously every horse is different, but we checked Affection in Philadelphia. No blood, no nothing. Take her down to Kentucky, she bleeds. So had a good week by all accounts. Trained well, seemed good coming in, and then showed enough blood. But we're going to put her on Lasix, and that would exclude her. That would exclude her from the Lasix from the Kentucky program. So she's going to run the Lasix program instead and go back to Pennsylvania. Now the first stake race back for her will be in 10 days, so it's not really a horrible timeline. It's just unfortunate, ship her all the way down there, have pretty good expectations for Affection, and then have them just kind of fizzle out. Yeah, it's a little upsetting, but we will endeavor to move forward and get her in a good place. I mean, as long as you continue to work towards what's best for the horse, and they're good horses, then it's what's best for you. And I think down the road, whether it be Wallop, feeding him into the gate and just going easy with him at the start, or whether it's Affection putting her on the Lasix program, or Oakwood Cowboy taking her time, we're always going to see things come up where we have to address it properly. And if we have any hope or long-term plan for the horses. You really have to address any of their issues and shortcomings, and we had a few to work on Sunday. Today, speaking of shortcomings or issues, Gypsy Hill will skip the Ohio State Fair this Friday. He's been hitting that left hind. It's been a little sore, and we just opted to work on it and put the hobbles on him. You know, you guys saw I held my breath for almost 2 full minutes the night I raced Gypsy Hill. He was just, you know, out of gear in every turn, and I think with the hobbles on, they'll help steady him. With the hobbles on too, we can change him maybe to a lighter shoe and tinker with his shoes in a bit that maybe will get him out of that.
Angry.
Why am I so angry?
Yeah.
I'm not angry. Why are you angry? You're not? You want to come with me this week, Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. So it'll give us an opportunity. It'll give us an opportunity to work on Gypsy's shoeing, and it'll give him a little stability, I believe. Also, you know, there's going to be some people that say, "Well, he just trotted so good without hobbles. I just don't think they should be on." Well, that's because you don't understand. That's why. When it comes to think of the racetrack as foot by foot, right? Feet, meters. Every foot you regress, every meter you're backing up, or even at best holding at par, it's hard to win the race. It's hard to get your horse in position. It's hard to stay in position, and it's hard to attack. And when you have a horse that you, in every 4 turns of the race the other night in Northfield, I had to hold them together and watch them, and then just in the straightaways I could let him advance. It doesn't leave a lot for the advancement. It doesn't leave a lot for putting him in position and attacking with him. You're really at the mercy of the pace, and it worked out well the other day, but I can assure you it won't in the future. So I do think that Gypsy Hill will benefit from some hobbles. Now, he still has to wear them. Never wore them in his life. So we still have to get that leg cooled down a little bit. It is a little sore still today. It'd be like, you know, bang. I use this analogy of hitting your shin on the bed frame. Try doing that 20 or 30 times, and then wake up and know that you have to walk by it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day. We're trying to mitigate. We're trying to mitigate and manage. Mitigate the issue itself, fix it up, clean it up, cool it out, have him sound up on it, and then manage it so he isn't so rough on himself. After that. So that'll be the plan with Gypsy Hill. He'll skip Friday. 1 sec, sweetheart.
And my mom trying to call.
How'd you know that was Mummy? Do you know letters?
Yeah.
You turkey. So, oh my God, you do know the letters. Whoa, that's impressive. So, yesterday we go to the ball game. Yesterday we go to the ball game. I get home just in time. I'm there for the 2nd inning, I think. I got there. Missed Ollie's first hit, but I caught his last hit. He was hitting the ball well, playing good. So the kids win the game. They win the game. They're all excited. And, you know, as generally happens, you win the ball game, you go get ice cream. So around the corner is Ancaster Ice Cream Parlor. We're sitting there. He's got this giant board out front. There's 130 kinds of ice cream. It's really, really cool. And it's nestled in between.
And we have ice cream at our birthday cake.
Yeah, I know you got an ice cream birthday cake. So, so all the kids are in line. We get in line. Guy walks up to me. He goes, Anthony McDonald. I said, hey, how you doing, sir? He said, my name's Jay. I used to race horses. He said, I used to race against you a long time ago. Jay Thornycroft. I said, yeah, I know the name. How you doing, sir? And he goes, very, very good. He said, this is my ice cream place. I said, this is your place? He goes, absolutely, 100%. He goes, we've all ice cream from all over the place. He said, you know, and it's cool. They have ice cream from Nova Scotia, all over the place. So I got what I get? Almond.
Sweet berry chill.
What did I get, Ollie?
Almond sweet berry chill.
Almond.
It wasn't sweet berry.
No, almond something chill. Almond crunch chill or something. It was very, very good. It was so cool though. Here's a Jenny. He goes, I knew you'd be here because I was watching your videos on YouTube and knew you were trying to make it home to watch Ollie play baseball. So he lives in Ancaster, watches the videos, and was waiting for Ollie's team hopefully to win and show up. And it worked out well. We got there as soon as we could, as Billy O'Donnell once said. It's a joke for another time. So it worked out well. Ollie's team won the baseball game yesterday. We got free ice cream from Mr. Thornycroft. Thank you very much. Your ice cream is fantastic. And did that seem like a shameless plug? I think it was. What's that?
They also sell lots of other things in ice cream.
Yeah, there's lots of things there. Yeah, he runs a pretty cool little ice cream parlor. So Gypsy Hill out this week. Ice cream was great this week. Horses have been fantastic the last 2 weeks. We got a lot to work on when it comes to Wallop, when it comes to a little bit to work on when it comes to Oakwood Cowboy still. Delicious Stone looks like he's back on track. Affection, we know what took place yesterday. We are going to work to mitigate that, fix that, and get her back underway. Unfortunately, that means her coming back to Pennsylvania. Cutie Cumber raced good, and White Tiger, little moonwalk Tiger. But we'll get him back in next week, take his blood, see what was up, see if there's anything we need to work on, and move forward. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to try and have a nice day here. Amy and I are going to hammer it the next week. It's just insane right now. Tonight, I got to go back to Ohio. She doesn't know that yet. I got to go back to Ohio tonight. I got to gallop Patrick de Piranha tomorrow morning. I got to qualify How the Hell on Wednesday evening, race all the horses Wednesday night. Thursday afternoon, full slate at the Meadows. Thursday evening, Scioto. I'm in late in Scioto. There's no way I'm going to get back to the Meadows. I may as well just get a hotel room somewhere. Friday, it looks like I'm going to the Meadows now. Stacy had just called me a little while ago, too. Timely phone call, said that she's going to enter Kings County in the Open at the Meadows and enter Yo Mister. Also, we have all our stake horses in. We'll have a full slate of a full card on Friday for me. That will leave Irresistible Sun to Brett Miller and Swinging Senorita to Tyler Smith. Both know the horses well. Well, I guess nobody knows Irresistible Sun, but he's a sweetheart. You're not going to be in trouble with him. Saturday. Now we start getting into a little trickiness. Saturday, we have our first start for our girl Think of Galaxies. She's going to race at Northfield Park. I'm going to come home. Sunday afternoon is Oliver's birthday party. I'm going to try and take that in. Sunday night, here's where it gets tricky. Sunday night, he's got baseball practice. Then we have Patrick de Piranha Sunday night at Northfield Park. Monday, I have committed to going to Kentucky. It looks like I'm going to have to drive again. There's no flights that make any sense at all. I'm going to drive to Kentucky, 4.5 hours from Northfield Park to Kentucky, give or take. Probably 4:40. Drive those horses in Kentucky, drive all the way back. I wanted to take an easy night in Kentucky, but Wallop, it just didn't work out well with him. I'm going to drive all the way back, race Wallop, then go down to the Urbana Fair on Tuesday. Hang out with the kids. Maybe we can get up early and go down to Columbus for a little while, or hang out in Urbana, do some stuff, maybe find some go-karts. If the kids want to come, if Amy wants to come. Tuesday night, race Urbana. Wednesday will likely be Northfield again, and then they'll be heading home. So with that, you can see how chaotic it is right now. The Wallop race really kind of threw a monkey wrench into everything for next week, but I am committed to him. I am committed to making sure everything goes all right, and I'm going to be needed there at Monday night. So with that, I will let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. You should have. We all did for the most part. And better things ahead, man. We got lots of racing coming up all week, and then lots of stake racing the latter part of the week again. Take care.